welcome to another Fight of the Night review. This is for the Fight of the Night that happened last night at UFC 264, which was at the T-Mobile Arena in Paradise, Nevada, and it was the opening card of the opening fight of the main card between Sugar Sean O'Malley and newcomer Kris Moutinho. So yeah, as always, it's up to me to tell you how the fight went, try and break it down as best as I can, and tell you what I thought about it by the end. So let's do that. So the fight starts and Moutinho actually goes for Sean quite early. Like, he's trying to push the pressure, and this is something that carries on throughout pretty much the entirety of the fight. Moutinho is definitely pushing against Sean, trying to keep the pressure on him. But Sean is landing so much. He's landing so much in terms of his jabs. He's landing some really good leg kicks. He starts most of his combos with good leg kicks. Kris lands a good couple, and he gets in some really hard right hooks, especially near the end of the first round. But round one is definitely all Sean. He's using really slick movement. He's doing that thing where he pretends to play basketball. He's just moving, sticking and moving, countering up with jabs, landing a lot of double jabs. Definitely hitting Moutinho hard. Excuse me, I almost said Moutinho. And Sean is just landing at a much better clip. His accuracy is a lot better. He's landed about 6 times as many strikes as Moutinho has by the end of round one. It's probably about 7 times as many. Sean, he walks away with round one. There's no way that he doesn't. Moutinho has some really good moments. He lands some really good hooks, but he didn't really have Sean in trouble. Sean definitely had Kris in trouble near the end of round one. He lands some really good jabs. His right cross was there for him pretty much all day, and he does sort of stun Moutinho. I keep saying Moutinho. He does stun Moutinho and knock him down a little bit. Doesn't really get a chance to capitalize on that because there's only about 4 seconds left by that point. But he does go for a guillotine, does Sean, and if there were an extra few seconds, I think he would have gotten it by submission. Which is right, because normally Sean finishes by knockout. So yeah, round one in the books, basically all Sean, all day. Moutinho landed some really good shots. Sean up there, his kicks, his teeps were really good, his body kicks were really good, his punches were really, really good too. So we're just going to move on to the second round. And second round is sort of the same as the first, but Kris is starting to land a little bit more. He's opening up with some more body shots, which I think he should have kept going with, because he doesn't throw a lot of them. And when he does, they actually connect quite well, but he doesn't go for them enough, and it sort of goes against him. He does land some good couple of leg kicks though on Sean, but Sean, again, just with the counters, with the punches especially, lands some really good jabs to counter. And it is another case of the first round, Kris putting on the pressure on Sean, but Sean countering, stick and move, jab, get out of the way, double up when he can, and he does start busting Kris up a bit. Kris does start to have a bit of blood around his cheek area. That's right, left cheek. And some on his nose as well. I don't think his nose is broken, I think it just has a cut, but his face does start to become a bit bloody as the fight goes. But yeah, Sean, again, they're there all day. It's way too one-sided to be a fight of the night, but we'll talk more about that when I close up the review. So yeah, Sean, just fucking there. Just there, in round two. Really, really good counters. Some good clinch work in this round especially too, but not a lot of it, and Sean just landing a lot of really good shots on Kris, who kept pushing forward into a zombie mode. And props to him for walking through that, but he's still getting hits. I mean, you can look as badass as you want, you need to actually, land something. But yeah, round two, again, also all Sean, and we're just going to move on to round three now. In round three, it does start to get a bit more hectic. Kris is starting to close in more. He's actually landing a lot more on Sean. Not enough to really bother Sean, and Sean is he actually outdoes a previous striking record that he had for how many strikes he landed. I don't remember the exact number, but it was a bloody lot. I think it was 140 odd. And increases on that quite well. And Sean just lands some really, really great counters. His footwork is amazing, as it has been the entire fight. And we get to roughly, and I'm skipping ahead a lot, I know, but there's not really a lot to talk about that makes it a fight of the night. It's extremely one-sided in Sean's favour. I mean, Kris has a bit of showing as the fight goes on. He's still getting his arse handed to him. Sean is still there with really good teep kicks, body kicks, leg kicks, the head kicks too, really good. There's some really good snaps on the head kicks. the jabs, you know, it lands a good couple of upcuts and a good couple of hooks, but it's mostly like the straight up stuff that really works for him. Whereas Kris is going for a lot of the looping stuff and not really landing a lot of it. He does start to clip Sean a bit more in round 3, but as I said, this is about the closing moment. So with about a minute left, Sean starts to land a really, really good combo, and it starts to bust Kris up, as he had been landing these throughout the entire fight, basically. And Kris is starting to bleed a bit more, but he's still pressing forward and still trying to fight. But he's hit with like a seriously massive combo of moves. He's still standing up, and with about half a minute of the fight left, Herb Dean, one of the best refs going, stopped the fight. I get that like fighter safety is a thing, but Sean was chasing that finish, and the referee basically blue balled him, and the crowd didn't like it, and I have to agree, it was kind of bullshit, you know. Sean got the win by TKO nonetheless, but anyway, that'll about it for the review. Not going in my top 10 of the year at all. Way too one-sided. Deflating finish. Let's just move on to the outro because I don't want to think about this one anymore. To be honest, it had some good moments to it, and Kris definitely had his fair share of shots, but it was the Sugar Sean show all day. And that'll about do it for this review. I'm sorry it wasn't super in-depth. There just wasn't a lot to talk about, and it was just super one-sided. Like, watch it if you can, though, because it is a testament to Kris Moutinho's heart that he kept going as long as he did, and he wasn't knocked out. You know, the fight was stopped prematurely, but you know, it's got that ooh factor. You know, shaky palm tree, awkward turtle, and all that. So yeah, that'll about do it. I'll see you all most likely on Tuesday for PBW versus AVW. I don't really have any plans before that. So yeah, that'll about do it. As always, thank you for watching. You're awesome. Bye bye.